What are you doing on Tuesday the 26th of September 2023? Because myself and Francesca Amber are coming to the Barbican Hall in London. Our event is called One Night Stand, and this one night event is all going to be about manifestation, crystal healing, and ridding your limiting beliefs to help you achieve your goals. We've curated an immersive experience that will leave you feeling inspired and empowered. Throughout the evening as well, we'll also have interactive exercises, we'll have empowering discussions, and the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals on a similar journey towards personal growth and manifestation. There'll even be an opportunity for you to ask questions as well. This event is your chance to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and unleash your inner greatness. It's time to release those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back and step into your true potential. And if you want to come on your own, by all means do that. Single tickets are available and seating is totally unreserved, so you can even meet up with your spiritual friends and sit with them as well. Head to @CannyCrystals on Instagram and click the link in my bio. Tickets are limited, so secure your spot and be part of this transformative experience. Don't miss out on the chance to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. We can't wait to see you there. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Canny Crystals, the podcast. As you know by now, my name is Mart, I am your host, and this week I have been officially relieved of some of my duties and I am thriving from it. So Jade started with me on Monday and I thought, she's new, she's going to need a lot of training. I think initially I was quite worried that, it would probably drain us, but oh my God, what a godsend she is. Like, she immediately jumped into it all. She started packing orders. I even bought her one of those, those little label printers that you can get where like you type something in on it and then you press print and it comes out the top. It just looks like a calculator really. But yeah, I bought her one of them so that she can literally label every single pot and every single drawer with crystals on the shelves in my office, just so she can identify what everything is. And today, she literally came in and she packed all of the orders on her own without even asking us so much as what a single crystal was. And I have total confidence in her. Like, I feel like this is exactly what I manifested like weeks ago. And it means that, later this year, I might actually be able to have a day off here and there. Woohoo! I might even get myself away on a holiday. Who knows? Anyway, this week I was thinking about different things to talk about for the pod, and it suddenly dawned on us that I've never really spoken about subliminals. And I mean, yes, I've spoken about how I've sold them on the website, but I've never really gone into full-blown details, I don't think, of how they work, how they can help you in your life with no matter what you want to achieve, and how they can help you manifest your best life. And would you believe that still to this day, I get message after message every single day from people stating that they've bought my subliminals and they've gone to play them, and guess what? I can't hear any affirmations. So I thought, let's do an episode all about the science of subliminals. I want to go into detail of why they work, how they work, what you can use them for, and how you can manifest what you want in your life with them, okay? And let's face it, like, in today's fast-paced world, when you think about it, we're all like increasingly seeking ways to improve not just our manifestation power, but our mental health and mental well-being as well. And we're trying to, achieve personal growth at all times. So by listening to subliminal affirmations, that's the perfect way to achieve this. It's a technique that involves listening to positive affirmations at a subconscious level. And I remember a few weeks ago, I'd said to my mum, oh, do you know what? I'm getting loads of emails about like people saying they can't hear my voice on subliminals, but it literally says subliminal in the title. And I looked at my mum and she looked quite vacant and I went, do you know what subliminal means? And she went, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe people just don't understand what subliminal means or what subliminals are. So I just thought, let's do a podcast episode on it to clear it up once and for all. And then when people do message me saying that, can't hear my voice and just hear like ocean waves crashing and stuff like that, I can be like, listen to this podcast episode. It has all the information that you need. So that is literally it. It is listening to positive affirmations at a subconscious level. Okay, so subliminal affirmations, they have a huge potential impact on not just our thoughts, but our beliefs and our behaviors. Okay, so if we go into the history behind all this, the use of subliminal messages in the media, for example, that's been a massive subject of controversy. So there've been subtle cues hidden within various forms of media. And that basically aimed to influence viewers' thoughts or listeners' thoughts and their emotions and their behaviors. And subliminals are a technique that have been around for years. So the concept of subliminal messages, that traces back to the late 19th century when psychologists and researchers began to investigate the power of the subconscious mind. However, it wasn't until the mid-20th century that subliminal techniques gained attention in the field of advertising and media. So in the 1950s and 60s, subliminal advertising kind of emerged as a controversial technique. Okay, so one of the most notable examples was there's something called the Vickery study, which was in 1957. I've got that wrote down on my notepad, where James Vickery claimed to have increased popcorn and drink sales in a cinema by simply flashing messages such as, drink Coca-Cola and hungry, eat popcorn during the screening of the film. Okay, so obviously that sparked massive public concern. It led to, this brief ban on subliminal advertising in the US. There was a huge uproar about it, basically, because people were like, well, if they can make us buy something as small as Coca-Cola or popcorn, what else could they make us do with subliminal advertising? So I think back in the 1960s and things like that, they were basically trying to get people to join the Navy, join the Army, and basically they were popping loads of random messages up through adverts, saying join the Navy, join the Army, that kind of thing. So during the 70s and the 80s, subliminal messages kind of gained prominence in popular music as well. So backmasking, you might have heard of that. That became a technique where hidden messages were embedded in songs. Can you believe that? They used to hide messages in songs, and it was usually through reverse lyrics. And you might have seen some of these on Facebook. You might have seen some of them, on TikTok, because they're all coming back around now. But they had basically, when you reverse the lyrics, they had kind of messages behind them. So some bands, such as the Beatles or Led Zeppelin, they faced accusations of promoting satanic messages or drug use through backmasking. So when you listen back to them and you play them backwards, some of them are like smoke weed and stuff like that. It's really, really random, and there's a massive controversy around it because these alleged subliminals, they sparked a massive public debate. They led to concern about, the impact of such messages on listeners. Because like I say, if they can get you to buy popcorn, what if they could get you to join the army or smoke weed, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So if we head to present day, the more the technology advanced, subliminal messaging techniques, they kind of expanded to visual media, so in films, in TV shows and adverts. For example, cigarette companies in the early 90s even used to put a picture of their cigarette packets in TV adverts. Not in this country, not in the UK, but in the US. Can you believe that? And that image of that cigarette packet would flash up for a split second so that you might not notice to the naked eye. But if you played that advert in slow motion, you would see that cigarette packet. And subconsciously, your subconscious mind is so clever, honestly. It deciphers messages like that and it absorbs it all like a sponge. What is it? We see something like 1,100 images every split second. So the subconscious brain is deciphering that and it's absorbing it. So things like that are making people that saw them crave, cigarettes and smoking. Isn't that fascinating? I know it's scary as fuck, but fascinating nonetheless. So subliminal audios are basically exactly that, okay? But they are sounds. So for mine, for example, they are like waves crashing or, a gentle stream or babbling brook or water or fire crackling or gentle piano music. And that's all that you will hear clearly when you're trying to listen. But, and this is the big but, in the background, very, very faintly, you'll have my voice reading statements of affirmation. And it's not enough for your conscious mind to hear fully, okay? So your subconscious is all like, okay, I hear you. Whereas your conscious mind is just hearing, the other noises, the waves crashing, the fire burning, the piano music. And critics argue that subliminal messages infringe upon, people's autonomy and they manipulate people's choices without their explicit consent. But in response to these concerns, there's kind of regulatory measures that have been implemented in many countries, such as the UK, such as the US, and advertising standard bodies and regulatory agencies. They've established guidelines to kind of prevent the misuse of subliminal techniques. So that's basically to protect and preserve customers' rights, because it's to ensure transparency and accountability in media messaging. Because like I say, they could literally get you to buy anything. So don't worry, listening to subliminals at your own accord and at your own free will isn't illegal. Okay. But for example, if I said, if I hid a little message in one of them, like, go and spend all your cash at cannycrystals.co.uk, and that was hidden in the messages, I'd get sent to bloody prison. And it was like, I had to have a word with someone a while ago who basically, what was it? She was playing her subliminals through her speakers in her massage room. And I was like, okay, it's all right. Because I think the subliminal that she was playing, it was like about health and well-being and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so it's kind of getting people to relax, and they are there for relaxation. I can see that. But then she was like, oh, and then I could play the 8-hour version. And I was like, actually, no, because there's a few things in there, like people might not want to be wealthy. Like, I know, like it's like clutching at straws. Do you know what I mean? But it's infringing upon consumers' rights, and you can't do that because it is physically illegal. So you can't play it to someone without their consent, basically. So by purchasing the subliminals off my website or listening to them, you are basically given consent that you are open to the messages within that subliminal. So that's the history behind it all. The science is that the word subliminal refers to the ability of our subconscious mind to process information below that conscious threshold of awareness. Okay, so basically we're not aware of it happening, but our brain, like I said, is absorbing that information like a massive sponge, okay? And we all know the power of affirmations. I think I even did a podcast episode on this back in the early days. It'll probably be episode 3 or 4, I think. It was very early on. But basically, in a nutshell, affirmations are just positive statements written in the present tense that can really help reprogram our minds to adopt empowering beliefs and attitudes. Like, I am a money magnet, I am wealthy, I am a strong independent woman, I am healthy, I am full of health, wealth flows through me and to me. Yeah? Stuff like that. So when used consciously and with intent, affirmations can influence our conscious thoughts and actions. So that raises the question, can affirmations also work when delivered subliminally? And the answer is yes, because our subconscious mind plays such a crucial role in, shaping our beliefs and our behaviors, and it operates on automatic thought patterns, and it responds to repetitive information. So basically, by listening to subliminal affirmations over and over and over again, we are basically aiming to communicate directly with our subconscious mind and overwrite all that negative and self-limiting talk, all those limiting beliefs, all those blocks that we have. And sometimes if we look in the mirror, for example, and, say something like, I'm a money magnet, money flows to me effortlessly, and I'm a wealthy person, our conscious mind might be looking back at us from the mirror and be like, what you on about, Mark? No, you're not. And immediately that dismisses our affirmations, and it kind of belittles what we're actually trying to do, and it belittles what we're saying to ourselves. Whereas when they're delivered directly to our brain subconsciously, they bypass that conscious thought. We haven't got those security guards or those bouncers at the front of our brain saying, nah, you're not getting in, mate. Do you know what I mean? And you might have heard of the word neuroplasticity before. So neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections throughout our lives. So when we start believing in things, these new neural connections are formed within our brain, and it basically implies that our brains kind of adapt and they can change in response to outside stimuli all the time. Okay, so when we are listening to subliminal affirmations, we're exposing our minds to positive messages repeatedly, and we allow them to penetrate the depths of our subconscious. And over time, that repetition can, it can rewire those neural pathways within our brains and then reinforce new thought patterns and beliefs. And I find that absolutely fascinating, and that is science. That is literal science. So put basically, the more you listen to subliminals, the more chance you have of these new thought patterns arising and basically believing in yourself. So listening to subliminal affirmations, that can impact our emotional state. It can promote positive thinking. It can boost self-confidence. It'll reduce the stress in your life and your anxiety and so much more. And the subconscious mind kind of absorbs those messages, gradually aligning our emotional responses with the desired affirmations, okay? So by nurturing positive emotions, we can enhance overall well-being and improve our ability to cope with daily challenges. So for example, if someone wanted to quit smoking or quit vaping, subliminal affirmations focused on, overcoming addiction, that can reinforce those conscious efforts and increase the likelihood of success. Because it's like having a best friend with you at all time thinking, come on, Mark, you're doing a really good job. Keep it up. You've gone 3 days without smoking. I don't smoke, by the way. I used to for like 10 years, I think it was, and I quit. But yeah, it's like having a best friend basically cheerleading you from the sideline, okay? So one of the significant benefits of subliminal affirmations is their ability to enhance self-belief and confidence. So when we consistently receive these positive messages about our capabilities, like I say, it's like a cheerleader, and we're receiving these positive messages about our potential and all these messages about our worth, our subconscious mind begins to internalize them. So that can lead to an increased sense of self-esteem and greater willingness to, step outside of our comfort zone. And that ultimately will facilitate personal growth. And I honestly believe in subliminals so much because the potential benefits that they offer are worth exploring. You're not harming anyone. You're listening to a little piece of music for an hour a day. And you don't have to do it while you're literally not sat there like for a full hour in silence with your headphones on, okay? But by leveraging the power of the subconscious mind and that neuroplasticity that I've just talked about, subliminal affirmations can be such a valuable tool for personal development as well as self-improvement and positive change. So one of the things I get asked the most about subliminals too is, how do I get the time in my already busy life to listen to these to allow them to take effect on me? And like I say, you don't need to physically sit there for an hour at a time and sit in silence. You might be thinking that incorporating subliminal affirmations into a hectic daily life can be challenging. But with a little creativity and a little forward planning, it is possible to do it with no extra time needed. Not just a little extra time, no extra time. Okay? You can literally do this in your day without any extra time. Let that sink in. Think about your daily life and try to identify, pockets of time throughout your day when you can listen to subliminal affirmations. So that could be during your commute to work, whether you're on a bus or a car or even walking or cycling. It could be whilst you're doing household chores or during your lunch break or on a walk. Carry headphones or use a Bluetooth speaker to listen to affirmations whilst you go about your daily tasks. You really don't have to lie down or anything like you would if you were listening to, say, a meditation, for example, because you don't have to consciously think about it. That's the beauty of it. It's your subconscious that's picking it up. So it could be just like you're on autopilot, okay? So the more you don't think about it, in fact, the better. So create a morning or evening routine. And I know I spoke about the other week how I got back onto my non-negotiables and I started listening to subliminals whilst getting ready on a morning. I would designate a few minutes every morning or evening, just for listening to subliminal affirmations. And that could be during your skincare routine or whilst you're ironing your clothes, getting ready for work, or kind of as you're winding down, doing your bedtime routine at night, like brushing your teeth, making the bed, if you haven't made it on the morning like me, lazy. Or it could even be like getting your clothes ready for the next day or just packing your bag for the next day. You can listen to subliminals anytime, okay? But here's the thing, consistency is key. I did an episode about this a few episodes back called Consistency is Key. So try to make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. And one thing that you can even do, which is a game changer, is listen as you sleep. I spoke about this as well, but if you live alone, just whack them on your phone and turn up the volume and get your head down. Or if you live with others, you can pop on some headphones or a headphone sleep mask and pop them on as you wind down for sleep. That's potentially 6 to 8 hours that your brain is receiving all that goodness and helping you shape your life literally whilst you sleep. No extra time needed. You're already going to sleep. So you might as well utilize that time. Yeah, no extra time needed. If you're finding longer stretches of time is difficult, you can always break down your listening sessions into shorter intervals. For example, you can listen to subliminal affirmations for 10 minutes in the morning. You could listen 10 minutes during lunch, another 10 minutes in the evening. That's half an hour a day. That's still amazing. Short and frequent sessions can still have just as positive impact over time because it all mounts up. Okay, you can even incorporate it into your workout routine. So if you exercise regularly, use that time to listen to subliminals. It's perfect music for, doing yoga or stretches or running, lifting weights, that kind of thing. Playing affirmations in the background can really enhance your mindset and focus. So I'm going to read you some of the amazing reviews that customers have put on my website after buying subliminals and using them just to showcase their sheer power that they have. Okay, so I've got 3 here. So first is Flo. And Flo wrote, I have nearly all my subliminals now because the music is just so relaxing. I love them. The one I've noticed that has had the most impact on me so far has been the self-love one. It has completely changed my mindset and I am so much more kinder to myself now. I'm more relaxed in myself and these subliminals are a game changer. That's from Flo. Hannah got the one for self-esteem and confidence and she wrote, I definitely noticed a difference when I listened to this subliminal. I usually listen with headphones when I'm at the office and I often find that I'm more social and more relaxed after listening to it. I just generally feel a lot calmer and more sure of myself. The music itself is also very relaxing and nice to have in the background, so thank you. And then last but not least, Amy said, I bought the Wealth and Abundance subliminal on Tuesday. I've never listened to one before, but I've listened to it twice today. And I received an unexpected out of the blue car finance refund for £1,200. Thank you, universe. I'm going to keep listening. They are amazing. Like, can you imagine getting results like that, all from spending £3 on a download that you instantly get to your phone or laptop? I just find it absolutely amazing. Like, go and check the reviews out for yourself on the product page. There are literally hundreds of them, and they're all 5-star. Every single person has had, like, amazing things to say. I've not had a bad review on them yet. But there are thousands on YouTube as well. But, this is the big but as well, do you really want to chance listening to a subliminal made by some random person that could secretly be telling you to go and buy yourself a KFC bargain bucket? Like Colonel Sanders working overtime making subliminals to sell his chicken. So yeah, check out the ones I have on cannycrystals.co.uk. If you just go on the website and you type the word subliminal in the search box on my website, you'll find them that way. Or you can click the word shop from the menu and then just click all downloads. And there are 15 different ones. If you just click on the subliminal, then you can basically drop down the menu at the bottom. You can choose from the drop down menu to select one from your choice of amplify your success, attract perfect health, attract your soulmate, boost your law of attraction capabilities, boost your luck, enhance your confidence and self-esteem, finding joy and purpose in life, help with anxiety and depression, increasing your fertility, raise your wealth and abundance, ridden insomnia and helping you relax, self-love and self-esteem, stop procrastination and increase productivity, stop smoking or vaping, and finally, weight loss and exercise motivation. Phew! And they are all just £3 each. Or, alternatively, you can now also buy the 8-hour bundle. And that has a mix of the most popular ones on because it's perfect for popping on at night to cover all bases because most people sleep between 6 to 8 hours. So I made an 8-hour version that you can pop on rather than listen to the same one on repeat, and it's got a good mix of them all. And that one is just £15. And these downloads are yours for life once you get them. It's not like you're just going to listen to them once and they're going to disappear. You just download them to your phone, your laptop, whatever device that you're using, and they're there forever. You've got those files. You own them, okay? So they're never going away. I often also get asked as well, can I listen to more than one at once? And I always say, go with what feels right to you and in alignment with your goals, okay? For example, don't have a goal of, let's say, for example, getting pregnant, and then think that you're going to get pregnant by listening to the Raise Your Wealth and Abundance one. No, not going to really do your goals much use, is it? Use the fertility one. Use ones that are in alignment with your goals. So, for example, if you want wealth and money, you could be listening to, for example, you could be listening to the Raise Your Wealth and Abundance one, but you could also be listening to Boost Your Luck and Success, Boost Your Law of Attraction Capabilities, all that jazz. Can you see? Because they are in alignment with your goals. I hope that makes sense. I go to bed every single night listening to my 8-hour bundle, and I honestly think it works wonders for me. Honestly, and I'm not just being biased. Like, I just feel so productive in the morning. Obviously, money flows to me at all times. I feel really confident in my skin. I've noticed a massive change from listening to my 8-hour bundle overnight. So I do think it's working wonders for me. And like I say, I've had all 5-star reviews. I've never had anyone say a bad thing about them. So I hope that answered all of your questions about subliminal affirmations. If not, feel free to drop me an email, info@cannycrystals.co.uk. And the only thing I have left to say on this episode is please come and see me live in London. I am literally all for this. I'm absolutely buzzing because we've started arranging things, and some of the things that we've arranged for the stage and stuff, I am just, oh my God, I'm just in heaven. So Tuesday, 26th of September at the Barbican in London. Tickets are selling very fast, and it's only 4 months away. Myself and Francesca Amber are hosting a Law of Attraction and Manifestation evening. It's going to be kind of like a podcast live with me and Francesca Amber from Law of Attraction Changed My Life, and potentially a host as well. It's going to be very high vibe, low brow. You're going to leave feeling amazing. It's everything you ever wanted in life, basically. So get your tickets from the Eventbrite link in the show notes for this episode, or the link in my bio on all of my social media channels. Just click come see me live in London. And if you've really enjoyed this episode, please support me and leave a review wherever you're listening from. Okay, so it's free for you to do so. I really would appreciate it. If you're not already following me, what are you doing with your life? I'm at Canny Crystals on TikTok and Instagram, and it's /Canny Crystals on Facebook. And I will see you all next Friday for another episode of Canny Crystals, the podcast. Thanks very much, guys. Have a beautiful weekend. Speak to you soon. Bye. Come and join me in the Manifest with Mart community. For just £10 a month, you'll get exclusive access to my app, and you'll join all the other beautiful souls in the Canny community, where each day you'll be held accountable to making your dreams and desires come to fruition. You'll also be set daily and weekly challenges. There's a chat room built in so you can talk to people in real time, and you can also pop over any questions that you have in the Q&A forum, and I'll answer them for you. It's changing people's lives, and we've already had so many people manifesting things in the first 2 weeks alone. Each new moon, I'll also be going live within the group on a face-to-face video to help you get the most out of the lunar cycles, as well as answer any burning questions that you have. And these live meetups are so powerful, and everyone in the group has had nothing but praise for the safe space that we share. There are very limited spaces for this community, however, just to ensure that I can place my focus on you and nurture you into the ultimate manifester. So if you'd like a spot, please be quick and reserve your seat now. Head to cannycrystalsacademy.co.uk and choose the Manifest with Mart option, where you can get instant access, and what's more, you'll also get access to all of the past recordings and chats too. Join now and start living the life of your dreams.